Hi, Janice here. Just wanted to share an experience I had this morning whilst cooking. I was making mackerel and bakes for breakfast, and I reached over for my trusty chili sauce. Something I do regularly, pick it up, pour it on. But this morning, as I poured it on, an additional brown, mysterious powder seemed to be flowing all over my food. So as I was pouring it on, there was brown powder flowing. I was horrified. I stood there watching this brown powder. And then as I turned round the chili powder bottle, I saw an open packet of chocolate, drinking chocolate, was attached to the bottle. Now, I'd been aware of the drinking chocolate on the side of the sideboard next to the chili powder, but I wasn't aware that it was still there. So as I poured it, the mackerel became coated in chocolate powder. I had two choices: leave it or try and scoop it out. But by the time I'd kind of come to myself and the shock, there seemed very little point in trying to, because it had already become part of the sauce. So I decided to mix it up and pray for the best. Anybody who knows about mackerel knows that. But anyway, that's not the point of the piece. The point of the piece is that sometimes you have to become aware of what is being attracted to you, what is stuck to you, what unbeknown to you at times you're allowing to enter your personal space, whether it's through your eyes, whether it's through the things you watch, whether it's through the people that you associate with. Because sometimes you can be becoming contaminated by them without even being aware. I had no awareness that chocolate powder was stuck to the bottle. And even if I was aware, I didn't even think that I was pouring it, because I didn't even know it was open. I didn't know that it was going to contaminate my food. And in Deuteronomy 4, it says, "Only take heed to yourself and diligently keep yourself, lest you forget the things that your eyes have seen, and lest they depart from your heart all the days of your life, and teach them to your children and your grandchildren." So more seriously than the chili sauce and the chocolate powder, sometimes we need to think about what it is that we teach our young, what it is that we pass on in terms of like family grievances, the tales, why we don't speak to certain people in our families. What are you passing on to your children and your grandchildren? And sometimes even in churches, what are some of the stereotypes that we're passing down, the things that we've done because we've always done it that way. It doesn't necessarily make it the right way, but we don't often question. And I think in last days, we have an opportunity to kind of look at the things we do, because church is the people. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying throw out everything for newfangled. But sometimes we do things without even questioning, is that the way to do it? Is that going to attract in the last days young people that have no idea of that's the way church was in your day? So sometimes we need to make things a bit more fresh, add a new aroma, keep the foundation. The foundation can't be changed. Jesus is Lord, end of. You can't change that. But in terms of, maybe we need to look at how we do women's ministry, how we do men's ministry, how we evangelize, how we, embrace community. So sometimes, as I found this morning, things that stick to you don't always have to be negative, because I can tell you, I don't know if I'd do it again, but it wasn't as bad a mix as I thought. So sometimes the things that stick to you need to be stuck to you. So sometimes they're those people that you'd rather not associate with. But at the end of the day, church and community is one. And we need to stop the separation, because how do we become salt and light if we stay with all the salt people, or we stay with all the light people? Where is the mixing of salt and light? How does it become one? So let us be aware that, we need to look at ourselves, look at how we behave, how we talk, how we greet people. Are we being salt and light? Are we being chili and chocolate, which people tell me is quite a good mix? Can take some getting used to, but let me tell you, it wasn't unpleasant. So therefore, my encouragement to you is be aware of what you're attracting and what's sticking to you. Hope that helps somebody.